Tires are the only point of contact that our cars have with the ground. If your car or bike is any different, then maybe it's time for some repairs. Now, despite it being so important, I've seen people ignore it. I've seen people drive their cars or bikes till the tires become full ganja, full taklu. Driving on worn out tires is downright dangerous and stupid. My name is Sumit Suvarna. You're watching DESIgnition, DESIgnition, whatever you like to call it. And today we're going to talk about tires, buying, upsizing, etc. I know it's been a while since the last video came out. That's because I've been traveling a lot. I've been curating road trips. More on that later. Let's talk about tires. If you own a vehicle, you're going to need new sets of tires at some point. How soon or late? That depends on how you drive, where you drive, what kind of roads you drive on, how much you drive, etc. Or on the age of the tires. Although there is no hard and fast rule for the same, a lot of people claim that you can change your car tires in about 10 years or so. I doubt that'll ever be the case. Most OEMs suggest that you change your car tires in about 5 to 6 years from the date of manufacturing of the tires, even if there's a lot of tread left. Why? Because oxidization causes the tires to get harder over time, some faster than the others. You'll feel it in the right quality. It'll not feel as supple as it did when you bought your car or when you got new tires. That's because the tires, the rubber, they're getting harder as time passes by. Apart from that, most tires wear out by around 40 to 50,000 kilometers until and unless a tire manufacturer is promising you more miles out of the tires. In any case, you have to keep checking the tread indicators to see how much life is left in the tires, from the tires. Apart from that, if you have a sidewall cut, you need to change the tires immediately, because those punctures are not exactly something that you can fix. A lot of the tire puncture shops will tell you that they can fix them, but I don't know how safe they are. They do this patchwork, but again, I don't really know about the safety part of it. When you decide that you need to replace your car tires, you need to figure out what tires to buy, where to buy it from, what size, etc. The simplest way to go about things is by just getting the same size tires that came with the car, or you can upsize marginally. That's what I did with this car, my Honda BRV. I've upsized marginally, and for that you need to know just how to read the tire profile properly. Like the Honda BRV or the WRV or Renault Kiger, Nissan Magnite, etc. come with 195, 60 R16s. Now here 195 is the width of the tires, 60 is the aspect ratio, as in 60% of 195, that is the height of the tires, and R16s stand for the rim size. Is that clear? I hope it is. I'll repeat. I'll give you another example. Now the XUV 300, it comes with, I believe, 215 50 R17s, if I'm not wrong. So it's 215 being the width of the tires, 50 is the aspect ratio, and R17 50% off 215, and R17s is the size of the rim. It's pretty simple. You just need to look on the tires and you'll find all the details right there. You also need to check out the manufacturing date of the tires that you're purchasing, because when you're getting something like tires, they have to be as recently manufactured as possible, because as I mentioned something about oxidization, the older the tires, the earlier the oxidization. So yeah, make sure that you're getting tires that are brand new. You can check out the date, the manufacturing date on the sidewall. You'll find the manufacturing month and year on the sidewall. You know what, I'm just going to show this to you. You see this is 1220 1220, which means this has been manufactured in the 12th week of the year 2020. 12th week, 20 year. Let's check out some other cars here. You have a Swift with JK tires. This is 0621. So that's the 6th week of 2021. Next thing that you should look for when you're purchasing new tires is the load index and the speed rating. Let me show this to you. you see this, it says max load 630 kg. What it means is that each of these tires can take up to 630 kg of weight. So there are 4 of these, do the math. You see the 92H here, this is the load index and the speed rating. 92 is the load index, which means that it can take 630 kilos per tire, as I showed you just a moment ago. And H is the speed rating. This basically stands for the fact that these tires can do speeds of up to 210 kilometers per hour. Most tires that you get in the market today should be safe enough for speeds that you achieve in your day-to-day driving or even on your highway runs, or the weights that you'll be carrying. But still, this is some handy knowledge to have. The new tires that I got for this car are Ultramile UM551 and the size, the profile is 205/60 R16s. Again, here 205 is the width, 60 is the aspect ratio, that's 60% of 205, and 16 being R16 being the rim size. I know I'm sounding like a broken tape recorder saying the same thing over and over again, but it's just to help you guys here. Now, I have upsized it, and it's only a little upsize. I've upsized it marginally, and that's because it's important that you don't exceed that 2% difference that's supposed to be there. Basically, you should not upsize the tires to the point that it starts affecting the vital components of your cars, like the suspensions, braking, etc. There's a very simple way to figure out if you're crossing that 2% threshold. There are a lot of calculators that will help you do that. I'll share the link for one of those below. Use that calculator and figure out how much you can upsize. I mean, you can do it by yourself as well, but it's just so much work that you can just let the calculator, the computer, do it for you. Now remember that these things are very important for the longevity of your car's vital components. Also, your car's wheel wells should be able to accommodate the bigger size tires. The 205/60 R16s, it's a marginal upsize from the original 195/60 16s R16s that came with this car. Now, the extra width is gonna help with the traction. It's gonna give me better traction, thereby aiding the handling, which is great for guys like us. And the taller sidewalls has increased the ride quality a bit, which is great for the people sitting in the car with me. So I am taking care of everybody's needs. The downside here is that there'll be a slight impact on the mileage, and there'll be a small error on the speedometer as well. But that's not really an issue, because if you get really good tires, it may not even impact the mileage at all. And apart from that, as far as the speedometer is concerned, OEMs tune the speedometers in such a way that these show you the speeds about 5 to 7% faster than you're actually going at. So in fact, after you upsize, the speedometer will be more accurate to the real world speeds, although on the trip meters there'll be a slight error anyway. Upsizing will add a little more weight to the steering wheel because of the wider section, more weight, etc. So again, not much of an impact here, but you may feel a bit of firmness on the steering wheel. When I was looking to buy new tires, I checked out a few dealerships here in Bangalore, but I found the prices to be a little on the expensive side compared to what I saw online. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna check it out online. Now when it comes to online shopping, the first thing that comes to your mind is Amazon. Of course, a few of you would know other sites as well, but well, Amazon is the first thing that comes to people's minds in general. When you're buying car tires from Amazon, be a little cautious, because I know people who've had bad experiences buying tires from Amazon. Now, I'm not saying that it's always going to be a bad experience, but it could happen. You often receive tires that have been manufactured maybe a year or two ago, and that's not good, because you know, when you're buying something like tires, it has to be as new as possible. Again, I'm not saying that's always going to be the case. When this happened with my friends, Amazon was very quick to process a refund, so not really an issue as such. But yeah, you have to be careful. Of course, it depends on who the seller is and things like that as well. So there are good sellers who are gonna send you brand new stock too. So yeah, maybe order from those people. There are other sites as well, like tiremarket.com, Tyres and More, quite a few sites. I don't want to endorse anyone, and I don't mean to put Amazon down either. So just be a little cautious. Make sure that you have the option of a refund or replacement. That's all. As far as buying the right tires for your car or your bike is concerned, this again is kind of subjective. So I'm just going to tell you what works best in general. By that I mean things that affect your handling, your ride quality, etc. See, if you want something that's going to last you long, you would want to get tires with hard rubber. But then that is again not a guarantee, because I have used some hard compound rubber tires in my older cars and they didn't necessarily last long. Not only that, the handling, the ride quality, everything really goes for a toss, especially braking. So fact of the matter is that you are definitely going to be more comfortable with soft compound tires. To sum it up, soft compound tires are a lot better to drive on. They handle better, the braking is far superior, and the ride quality, I think that's the biggest differentiating factor between hard rubber and soft compound tires. So if comfort and handling is your priority, or even if it's just really important to you, then hard compound tires are out of question. But then there are some soft compound tires that also promise you long life. In fact, I bought the Ultramile UM551 because obviously it's very inexpensive, really good value for money, but also because one of the features in the feature list was long life. And I mean, they promise around 100,000 kilometers if I'm not wrong. I don't think it can do 100,000 kilometers, but if it does anywhere remotely close to 100,000 kilometers, I would be more than happy. So yeah, of course, since it's soft compound tires, see, there is no tire noise, the handling is fantastic, really good braking, etc, etc. I've done a review of the tires. It'll be out after this video, so yeah, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that, you know, when the review is out, you'll get notified. So I'll talk more about that. I've spoken about that in that video, so we'll wait for that. Here we'll talk about what tires you should buy. In general, just avoid hard compound tires. So basically, most Indian brands, most Indian products actually are out of question here. Of course, there are exceptions. There are good tires made by Indian manufacturers as well. It's not to say that international brands have tires that are made of only soft compound rubber. There are certain products by international manufacturers as well that have hard compound tires. So you really have to do your research and see what tires are right for you. This car originally came with Goodyear assurances. They're decent tires, nothing much to write home about. It's got good wet grip, but apart from that, nothing much. There are tires that are better. The tires that I have right now are much better. And then there are tires that are not as good also. Goodyear assurances are something, they're decent tires for the price, but I would say this, the one that I have right now, Ultramile UM551, it's certainly a lot more value for money. Anyway, more on that in the review video. One thing to note is that you should always get your wheel alignment, balancing and rotation done every 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers to get the optimum life out of your tires. So that's about it. In case you're planning on buying new tires, these are the things that you need to look into. If you have any doubts, any questions regarding tires, purchasing tires, upsizing, etc., you can ask your questions in the comments below and I'll respond to all of them. Apart from that, if you like this video, if you learned something from it, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And also maybe share it with your friends, family, your enemies. Basically share it with anyone who's looking to buy tires, or just for knowledge. You know, this could actually help a lot of people because the knowledge about tires is quite minimal. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.